Hey YouTube, I'm Daver.
And I'm Jer.
And we're the Fragrance Bros!
Bros. Alright.
Okay, anyway, special review today. This time we have a review on the new fragrance from Thierry Mugler. Pure Shot. Yes.
OMG.
Oh man.
It's Pure Shot. Let the controversy begin.
That's right. We were really excited about this. We were actually have been in contact with Miriam from Thierry Mugler and Clarence. So we want to thank everyone at Thierry Mugler and Clarence for being a fan.
Yes.
They contacted us and said how much of a fan they were and told us about it, gave us some information and stuff like that. So we just want to say thank you.
Yes.
And of course we want to be as objective as we can.
Sure.
We've done this before with fragrances from like kerosene, in which that one we wanted to give a very fair analysis of it and our opinions of it.
Right.
It wasn't our favorite, but we liked it.
Right.
So we would like to do the same for you because you deserve an honest critique for it.
Absolutely.
So not that it's going to be bad. We're not. We're not.
Stop the foreshadowing of
Yeah, that's right. But we just wanted to be honest.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get to it.
Okay.
Pure Shot. Date introduced as 2012. Otherwise known as like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Classified as, I don't know, an aromatic, fresh aromatic.
Sure.
Who knows?
It's not an aquatic, not really a fougere.
Yeah, yeah.
Aromatic.
It works.
Yes.
Notes are mint, juniper berries, cardamom, white pepper, sequoia, and patchouli. What'd you get out of longevity out of this?
You know, I have to say, I was pretty disappointed with the longevity. I probably got below average to poor.
Yeah.
And it's, at least on my skin, it's worse than most fragrances in the same genre.
Yeah.
Fresh, sort of spring, sporty kind of fragrances. So it's pretty bad. At the 4 hour mark, it's pretty much gone.
Yeah.
I can really only detect it in regular movement. 2 hours, 2.5, by 4, I can't even pick it up on my skin anymore. Totally gone.
Yeah. Fortunately, I got the same thing. I got really poor longevity, about the same. At the 4 hour mark, it's almost gone.
Yeah.
It's just like either, I mean, I can detect it on my skin a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's just destroyed by that point.
No one else will.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about projection?
It seemed like it was, I don't know, maybe average.
Okay.
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
With these fragrances, especially in the setting that I wore it. I'm not sure. It seemed like, from my experiences with other similar fragrances, it seemed probably average, maybe a little below average.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the same thing. I would say it's average for me as well. The one thing that I think is the one thing I think about the projection with fragrances with mint and a lot of aromatic stuff like that is on me, those usually die down really quick.
Yeah.
As far as projection,
Yeah.
and then it's kind of hard for me to detect some of them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they're there because I've had people comment on it before that they're there, but
Sure.
it's hard to pick up.
Yeah.
So
I think the mint fragrances are just kind of like that. Pretty much
Yeah.
all of them.
probably so.
You know, maybe that's just an intrinsic quality of that note or that base or something
Yeah.
like that. But I mean, it has that can have its purpose.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to smell like something all day long, especially if it's a hot day. Maybe you want to have something good in the morning, and then a little bit later you want to try something different. So it could be useful, but a little disappointing coming from Thierry Mugler.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, especially because, like we're about to talk about in a minute, it's part of their Pure line,
Right.
part of the Amen thing, and they're kind of known for having really good projection and longevity.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
but anyway, let's see. Season, I would say this is spring, possibly summer, I think, and definitely daytime.
Yeah. I'm leaning spring and summer definitely because I want
Okay.
to see how this thing does, like in the hot heat.
Yeah.
And we have some hot, humid heat down here.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do an update at that time.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I can get more than maybe the heat will bring it out.
Yeah.
Instead of burn through it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Maybe this just can't cut through. It hasn't been cold here though.
Yeah.
So you're talking 4 hours, but it was 70 degrees.
Yeah,
you know.
that's another thing we want to mention too. Is because it's February, a lot of America is freezing right now.
Right.
We're not.
No.
It's been an abnormally warm winter for us.
Yeah.
But right now it's been like spring for like the last month.
Al Gore called it. It's inconvenient truth. No, it has been. It's been for the past couple weeks. It's been low in the 60s,
Yeah.
high in the mid 70s. So it's pretty great weather to test a fragrance like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we had the perfect weather for that.
Yeah, no excuse.
Just as like you just said.
Yes.
So, purpose, I would say this is casual and maybe work, but I don't know if I could see it past anything past that.
Yeah, no, you don't want to wear a sporty fragrance in a formal setting. So I think it's good for work. It doesn't come across too outsidey, or too beachy. It's just a good, clean, minty sort of thing. I think it can work.
Pretty safe.
Yeah, it is definitely safe.
Yeah.
Definitely safe.
Let's see. What does this remind you of?
Well, let me stoke the fire. It reminds me of Icemen.
Yeah.
There's two camps. If people don't know, there's two camps. Some people say it smells like B-men with mint on top.
Yeah.
Which I don't see. And then some people say it smells like Icemen. I'm in the latter camp. I think it smells a lot like Icemen. The mint to me is not very strong.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of mint. It's almost fleeting, like in the first couple minutes, and then it's gone. I'm gonna spray some, just so I can get while we're, you gonna do it a little bit?
No.
Nope.
I'll just smell yours.
You suck. So the mint's there. I don't know what juniper berries smell like, but I get the feeling that's what that is up front.
Yeah.
I don't smell much
so.
pepper at all. As it dries down, I've worn it a few times. As it dries down, maybe a little sequoia, maybe a little woodsy.
Yeah.
But patchouli. I get some patchouli.
Yeah.
And that's where the Iceman reminiscence comes in. In the opening, they're different, but from mid to dry down, it smells a lot like Iceman to me.
Yeah.
And that is a point of frustration for me because I don't understand. It seems like I'm going to use a term that you told me. I'm ripping it off. No, I won't rip it off. I won't say it in case you say it again. You didn't know what it is.
I think I do.
But it seems like they took Iceman and just put it out again to see if it would work a second time.
A reskin?
A reskin. I didn't want to do it. Good job. That was it. But, that's what it reminds me of. I'll save the rest for later. Go ahead.
Yeah. I would say, like, right when you put this on your skin, immediately you smell the mint.
Yeah.
And so they're right. You do get the mint right away, but that mint goes away. It dies down like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
So the mint is not very strong as far as lasting strength.
Yeah.
But you can smell it.
Yeah.
But I remember when we first tried this, because you actually ordered a bottle, and it was that one, and we sprayed it when it came in. He came to my house and we sprayed it.
Yeah.
I was like, this smells like Iceman.
Yeah.
Like I get the difference.
Yes.
Like you can smell the difference.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. When I say it smells like something, it's not that I'm thinking that it says it smells like a clone of it.
Right.
But right when we sprayed it, you actually said the same thing. You both said, "Oh, it smells like Iceman."
Yeah.
But with mint on there.
Yeah.
And I could smell that right away, that association. And the pepper and the juniper berry, I'm still unsure about what that smells like. I think I know.
Yeah.
But to me, it's kind of unclear.
Yeah.
The sequoia, I think I get the sequoia a little bit towards the mid and dry down.
Yeah.
If I'm right, because I think it's like that little pine tinge to it. And then the pepper, you can get in there every once in a while, but again, it's light.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know there's pepper in there, you would never assume that there's pepper in here.
Yeah.
And I think that's with all of them except for the mint.
Yeah.
So if you were to smell this, you would definitely get the mint, and you'd definitely get the patchouli.
Yeah.
Maybe the juniper berry if you have a good nose, but the rest, if you didn't know those were in there, you wouldn't get those.
No. Yeah, it's frustrating a little bit. You're right. It doesn't smell just like Iceman.
Right.
But this belongs in the Sun Essence and the Iceman family and not the Pure family.
Yeah.
And it bears more than a passing resemblance to Iceman. There's differences, and they're noticeable differences.
Yeah.
But in terms of, fragrance that's already in the house, it smells so similar to it that you kind of think, what's the point of this?
I do think that it smells so much like it that it could be an Iceman flanker.
Yeah.
Like if they called this Iceman Summer Storm or something like that, or Iceman, I don't know.
Ice mint.
Ice mint. Something.
Yes!
That's great.
No.
If they called it something like that,
Yeah.
they could sell it off as an Iceman clone, and I think that it would still fit in their line.
Yeah.
Because personally, because we're going to have a review of Iceman in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So we're going to actually have our official opinions of that one later on. We've actually already pre-recorded it.
Yeah.
But I like this better than Iceman.
I do too.
But it doesn't. I don't have very strong opinions about Iceman to begin with.
Right.
So Iceman, Summer Storm, Sun Essence, and Pure Shot. I think I like Pure Shot the best of those three. But I mean, it's like very negligible difference to me and how much I like one over the other.
Right. Exactly.
Let's see, what else do I have? Yeah, I get the same kind of feel of this than I do the other two. That for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just that it almost smells like there's like a musk in there, or a little musky.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, it smells like Iceman and Sun Essence do, and their feel that it smells like cheap deodorant to me.
Yeah.
And so I was a little disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because when we first heard about this, we thought it was going to be, we heard it was going to be a mint-based fragrance.
Right.
And that got our interest. That piqued our interest.
Right.
And so we were thinking it's going to be an Angel Mint flanker in the Pure line. It's going to have mint. And Angel Mint already has peppermint in there.
Yeah.
So we were thinking the peppermint's going to be enhanced a little bit. The tar is going to be gone.
Yeah.
And then maybe the chocolate's going to come up. And so it's going to be like a peppermint chocolate chip type of fragrance.
Yes.
And that would have been amazing.
Yes.
Because that would have gone along with their gourmand trend they have for their Pure line and with their flankers of Amen. And it would have kept note similarities between the original Amen. And that would have, to me, that would have been a knockout.
Yeah.
That would have been incredible.
That would have been the way to go.
Yeah.
The perception, you want to judge a fragrance on its own merits, but you can't ignore the connotations that come with putting pure in front of it.
Right.
Right? And you expect a few things. You expect the Angel Mint base. You expect a certain kind of longevity, a certain kind of heaviness, and this has none of that.
Yeah.
And so it really does seem like it belongs in cahoots with Sun Essence and Iceman. And that's where my frustration comes in with the fragrance. Yeah. Is because I think it seems like they took, I mean, it's no secret that Sun Essence and Iceman have not been the best sellers of that house. Yeah. So it seems like they took that, that kind of fragrance that they've had not much success with and said, hey, let's try to trade on the Pure name a little bit and see if we can make this thing sell some more. Maybe have been what they're doing. I don't know. I mean, I'm not their PR or marketing or whatever, but, the problem with that is this doesn't smell that different from those. It doesn't have any kind of lasting power. It's unique in the realm of sporty fragrances, I think. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, but being in that group to me means you're not unique by default. Yeah, right. And it does not have anything from Angel Mint. It doesn't smell like Angel Mint at all to me, and so it's missing that. And the biggest problem to me is, and I'm getting ahead of us a little bit, but you charge $85. Yeah. For something that you can buy Iceman for 30 or 40. Yeah. And pretty much accomplish the same thing. That's my frustration. Is it seems like a tremendous missed opportunity on the part of Thierry Mugler. Yeah, I would agree. Even the name to me kind of seemed a little off too, because when I heard the name Pure Shot again, I thought it was going to be boozy. Yeah. Like a shot glass, And so I thought it was going to be okay. Well, that makes sense too. It changed my perception of it. So I was thinking it's going to be more of a boozy fragrance like Pure Malt, a mint liqueur kind of thing. Kind of like a mint liqueur, and but instead it's a shot of adrenaline, or like the shot of a starting lineup gun, because the I forgot the guy's name, but the guy who Pistorius, right, or something like that. I think so. Yeah. But he's an Olympic runner. Yeah. So it obviously is a sporty fragrance. Yeah. And they're playing off of a sport Olympiad type thing, but yeah. So to me, I don't personally. Whenever I'm looking at the Pure line, I don't need a sporty fragrance out of their line. Yeah. And I understand why they would want to do that, because there's a big trend going on now with a lot of designer houses that want to do sporty fragrances, take their rock star and then make a sport twist. Right. I don't think Thierry Mugler needed to do that in order to sell things, because I think they have their own thing going. I think that the trend that's going on with other designer houses, I think is just for this season, because I don't think it's going to make money. I think ultimately they're kind of raping the consumers, not Thierry Mugler, but generally. Yeah. People are raping the consumers to get money out of a name than they are to put actual notes and money into a fragrance. Yeah. And so when I heard this as a sporty fragrance, that's the first
connotation that I thought was,
Yeah.
hopefully, I was defending it at first because I didn't think it was going to be a sporty fragrance, but it was.
Yeah.
So again, that kind of disappointed me as well.
Yeah.
But, we'll get to our final rating in a little bit. But bang for buck, it's out on sale right now online as of this recording.
Yeah.
And it will be in stores, I think, in either March or May. I have to look. We have the information, but I forgot. But it'll be in stores later on, and in a few weeks.
Yeah.
But it's $85 for a 3.4 ounce, and that's really the only price you can get.
Yeah.
To me, it has weak performance coupled with a redundant smell, and to me, it's a little on the boring side.
Yeah.
So to me, it's poor value, and I honestly don't think it's worth it for me to buy.
Yeah, I agree completely. $85 for a Thierry Mugler fragrance is what you come to expect, but you expect to get pure Havana, pure malt, Angel Men, taste of fragrance type performance.
Yeah.
So I'm not okay with that price. It seems, when they re-release pure malt and pure Havana, all those, I think they're between 70 and 80.
Yeah.
And taste of fragrance was 90.
Yeah.
So this is almost as much as that, with a half to a third of the staying power, and maybe a fourth of the originality.
Yeah.
If you can quantify that. So I think I'm going to say it's a poor bang for the buck, because you can get a lot of sporty, clean, spring, summer fragrances that smell, to me, better than this, last longer, and cost half as much.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to justify this purchase or to recommend it to a person when I know they can do a lot better with, let's just say, a Versace Pour Homme, or a Bulgari Aqua. I know that's an aquatic, but in that same sort of realm of fresh spring, summery things, and you can get those for half that price.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Or even like Live Jazz.
Even Live Jazz lasts longer than that.
It has mint in there and smells fresh, kind of in the same kind of category.
Totally.
But yeah, did you get any compliments from this?
Nope.
No.
It disappears so quick. You have to almost be planned when you're going to spray it before you leave the house, because if you spray it too early, by the time you get to work, no one's going to know it. And it frustrates me, because it does smell good.
Yeah.
It's a good fragrance. It smells good. And it has some cool things going on. But it doesn't last long enough for it to matter.
Yeah.
And that's like a death toll to me, or a death knoll. What is it? Death roll. Like a gator.
I just totally forgot, just blanked.
Whatever
death
it is.
knoll. It's a hill for death.
That's right. Whatever it is, to me that it undercuts any value or excitement I would have.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. For compliments, I know I asked my wife about it, and she kind of reiterated what I had already thought, was that, it's okay, but it's not, it doesn't go far enough.
Yeah.
And she didn't love it for that reason, because she wants, obviously she wants me to smell good.
Yeah.
And like you said, it doesn't smell bad. I don't hate it at all.
No.
I think it smells fine. But, I don't want to smell, if I wanted to smell like something that reminded me of deodorant, I would wear a deodorant spray.
Yeah.
And I don't want to smell like deodorant spray, especially when I want a fragrance to last longer than a deodorant spray, which this is almost on par with that.
Yeah.
And,
Pure Axe.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Ouch.
So, but I do think, ultimately, there are going to be, this is a really polarizing fragrance. So already there's a lot of polarizing thought on the fragrance in the YouTube community, and even on Facebook, in the forums and things like that. So I know that there are going to be people who like this, and I can understand why people will like this, because, as you've said, and I totally agree, it's a unique summer fragrance as far as other houses go.
Right.
But as far as this house, it's a redundant release.
Yeah.
And that is what I think upset us the most.
There's already been some traffic on Facebook and YouTube about this fragrance, some disagreements.
Yeah.
Mostly, there's really two key disagreements. The first one is just, hey, this is great, and other people saying it sucks.
Yeah.
And then the second one is, does it smell like B-Mint or Iceman? That's kind of the ways it's going. And it seems to me that everyone that really likes it, they're entitled to their opinion, but they like the smell.
Yeah.
But no one is arguing the fact that it doesn't last.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone's called it unique yet, but if they have, I heartily disagree.
Yeah.
It may be unique within a small, subsection of fragrances, sporty stuff.
Yeah.
But as a whole, it's very generic compared to what Thierry Mugler has done otherwise. And I don't know. I think they missed it on this one a little bit.
Yeah, I do too, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I hate that because of how much I love Thierry Mugler fragrances. This, I had such high hopes for this, and I kind of felt, like forever alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt gypped a little bit.
Yeah.
Not that I paid money, but I just felt kind of gypped by the company, to be honest, because I kind of felt like I expect certain things from them.
Yeah.
I expect a certain level of originality and staying power. It's what I've come to know from them, and I felt like they didn't deliver.
Yeah.
And I don't think my expectations were unreasonable. It's based upon what I know from them.
Yeah.
Being a fanboy of their house, and I don't feel like they really delivered, and it just kind of disappointed me a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Hate that.
I too.
Final rating. What would you give the final rating?
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay.
And the reason I'm gonna give it a 2 is because I don't really have anything to be excited about with this fragrance. It doesn't last. It smells good, but I don't want to just smell good. It reminds me a lot of my deodorant, like you said. I wear a speed stick, like the little gel worms that come out.
Yeah.
Arctic Blast, I think, is the name of the scent, and it smells a lot like that. And I love that smell.
Yeah.
But I like it under my arms in case I sweat. I don't want my whole body and my cloud to be like that. So I think it costs too much. I think it just seems a little lazy, to be quite honest. And I give it a 2 because it does smell good, but it disappoints me in almost every arena.
Yeah.
So.
I'm going to give it a touch higher. I'm going to give it a 3.
Yeah.
To me, this wasn't a bad fragrance. This is just, it's not for me. And like we said, we had such high hopes, and we loved the company of Thierry Mugler and all their fragrances so much that our hopes were just dashed.
Yeah.
And
totally.
So I can't really see myself wearing this.
No, I've got probably a good 6 to 10. I don't know how many, 6 to 10 fresh, good summer fragrances. I don't know why I would reach for this one over another one that I knew would last me all day.
Right.
Why would I do that?
Yeah.
It's probably going to sit in my line of Thierry Mugler bottles and look pretty. It is pretty presentation.
The presentation, is amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's their best. I think it's even better. I mean, barring the metal flask of Amen, this is probably my second favorite bottle.
It's gorgeous. In case you can't tell, because I thought it was metal from the glossy, and it is rubber. You can see, it's just like a thin. It's not thin. It's a good rubber, but it's got a glossy finish on it.
And they fixed the sprayer, so the sprayer actually sprays out a lot more than normal.
Yeah, I don't want to. So it doesn't get all over Dave's house.
Yeah.
But it does a good job of spraying.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because it lasts 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But everyone at Thierry Mugler and Clarence, again, we want to thank you so much for your support and your communication, your friendship. Thank you, Miriam, so much.
Yes.
We really appreciate all you're doing for the community and how connected you are too.
Yeah.
So we're sorry that we had to give it the rating that we did. We wanted to be honest for your sake.
Yeah.
We didn't want to just blow smoke up your butts. We wanted to maintain our integrity and be as honest as we can as friends. Well.
Yeah. I don't think blowing sunshine is going to help them progress as a company. I'm not saying that we're gonna mold,
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, you want an honest opinion.
Yeah.
So there it is.
So thank you so much. And YouTube, you let us know how it is. Why don't you try it and let us know in the comments down below if you like it or hate it.
Yeah.
We weren't big fans of it, but we can see people liking it. We already know some people that like it.
Sure.
So, anyway, let us know what you think. And of course, rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next week with another review. We're the Fragrance Brothers. Bye-bye.
Peace.